Starting a spiritual awakening is a unique journey. It's more than discovering deeper life meanings. It's about an inner transformation. This profound change often leads to something unexpected. Friends drifting away. This part of the journey might make you feel alone, making you wonder if you did something wrong. However, it's important to understand that this is a natural part of the awakening. What makes these shifts happen in our friendships? Keep watching as we explore the reasons why you might lose friends during a spiritual awakening. 1. You've outgrown them. When you begin a spiritual awakening, you're not just changing, you're evolving into a version of yourself that's more connected and conscious about life. Imagine a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. That's the kind of transformation we're talking about. This isn't just about learning new things. It's about seeing the world and yourself in a completely new light. A wise person once said, growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere you don't belong. As you grow, your interests, beliefs, and even your sense of humor might change. You might find yourself drawn to different activities or topics of conversation. The jokes you once laughed at might not seem funny anymore, and the topics that once bored you might now be fascinating. Consider this. A music enthusiast who discovers a new genre of music might start spending time in new circles, gradually drifting away from old friends who don't share this new passion. Or someone who starts practicing mindfulness might find that their old group of friends who prefer loud and busy environments no longer fits their new lifestyle. It's not that anyone is at fault, it's just that your paths are diverging. Remember, it's natural for friends to come and go in our lives. Just like seasons, people have their time and place in our life story. Some are there for a reason, some for a season, and a precious few for a lifetime. A great thinker once said, letting go doesn't mean that you don't care about someone anymore. It's just realizing that the only person you really have control over is yourself. As you evolve, you might find that your circle of friends changes too. It's not about leaving people behind. It's about moving forward on your path. And sometimes that means walking a part of your journey alone, or with new companions who align more closely with your transformed self. 2. You are more true to yourself. Becoming more true to yourself is a significant part of a spiritual awakening. It's like peeling back layers to reveal the real you, the one that's been hiding under expectations, societal norms, and perhaps even under a facade you've been maintaining just to fit in. This authenticity is both liberating and challenging, especially when it comes to your friendships. Imagine wearing a mask for so long that you almost forget what your true face looks like. Then one day you take it off. Suddenly, the world sees you for who you really are, and you see the world with new eyes. This change can be startling, not just for you, but for those around you. Friends who were accustomed to the person you pretended to be might feel uncomfortable or even disconnected from the person you truly are. It's like a tree shedding its leaves. Some branches remain bare, while others sprout new growth. In this process of self-discovery, you might lose friends who were attached to the old leaves, the old you. This doesn't mean there's something wrong with them or with you. It's just that your paths are diverging, much like two roads in a wood, and you're taking the one that's true to your authentic self. A saying goes, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. This rings especially true during a spiritual awakening. You start to embrace your quirks, your unique way of thinking and being, which might not align with your old social circle. This misalignment isn't a reflection of failure, but a sign of personal growth and integrity. It's important to remember that friendship at its best is a celebration of mutual authenticity. Losing friends who don't appreciate the real you is not a loss but a clarification. It clears the space for people to resonate with your true self. As you change, so do your relationships, making room for connections that are more sincere and fulfilling. In the end, being true to yourself is about aligning your external life with your inner values and beliefs. It's a journey that might mean walking away from some people, but it also leads you toward others who appreciate and love the real, unmasked you. This is the beauty of personal transformation. It brings you closer to people who echo your true self, fostering relationships that are deeply authentic and meaningful. 3. They weren't real friends. During a spiritual awakening, you gain clarity about many aspects of your life, including the nature of your friendships. You start to see who your true friends are and who were there for other reasons. It's like turning on a light in a dark room and suddenly seeing everything clearly. Some friends are like shadows, present only when everything is bright. You might realize that these friends were more interested in what you could offer them, be it your money, status, or other benefits, rather than valuing you for who you are. They're like leaves that cling to a tree in summer, but disappear at the first sign of autumn. These are not friends but opportunists, and a spiritual awakening illuminates this truth. As you grow and become more empowered, your tolerance for anything less than genuine, supportive relationships diminishes. This can unsettle those who thrived on your previous complacency or benefited from your lack of assertiveness. In this new light, you start to see these relationships for what they are: unbalanced and unhealthy. It's not that you're pushing these people away. Your growth is simply revealing the true nature of their intentions. An old saying goes, friends are like stars. They come and go, but the ones that stay are the ones that glow. True friendships withstand the test of time and change. They're based on mutual respect, love, and understanding, not on what one can gain from the other. On the flip side, not every friend who drifts away during your spiritual journey is there for selfish reasons. Sometimes, life just takes people on different paths. It's like two rivers flowing side by side for a while before branching off in different directions. It's natural and okay. The end of a friendship doesn't always mean there was something wrong. Sometimes it just means that the part you were meant to play in each other's stories has come to an end. 4. You want solitude. Learning to appreciate solitude is one of the profound realizations that come with a spiritual awakening. It's about understanding that being alone doesn't necessarily mean being lonely. This distinction becomes clearer when, during our spiritual journey, we find ourselves parting ways with some friends. When we embrace solitude, we're not just spending time alone, we're giving ourselves the space to grow. It's in these quiet moments that we engage in deep self-reflection. We become more aware of our thoughts, our actions, and the direction we're heading in life. This awareness is crucial for progressing towards the culmination of our spiritual awakening. Consider the idea that solitude can be a wise and mature choice. It's like taking a step back from the canvas of life to see the bigger picture. In the stillness of being alone, we find the peace necessary to truly listen to our inner voice. This quiet time is rejuvenating, allowing us to rest and recover from the constant noise and demands of the outside world. It reduces stress, lets us breathe more freely, and recharges our energy. But appreciating solitude goes beyond just enjoying time alone. It's about getting to a place where you genuinely like and understand yourself. When you forgive yourself for past mistakes and accept who you are, you naturally start to enjoy your own company. This newfound self-compassion and understanding make a time spent alone not just bearable, but desirable. Using this time wisely, you might focus on self-improvement and deeper self-understanding. It's an opportunity to cultivate your interests, passions, and talents. Think of it as dating yourself, getting to know your likes, dislikes, strengths, and areas you wish to develop. As you heal the loneliness in your heart through solitude, your approach to friendships also evolves. You no longer seek companionship just for the sake of not being alone. Instead, you yearn for connections that are deep and meaningful. Your friendships become about quality, not quantity. You look for people who understand your journey, respect your need for solitude, and align with your authentic self. Valuing solitude is a sign of a mature and wise personality. It's recognizing that being alone can be a powerful tool for personal growth and spiritual evolution. By embracing solitude, you're not just learning to be with yourself. You're learning to love and understand yourself on a deeper level. This self-love and understanding are what makes solitude not just bearable, but enriching and fulfilling. 5. You value quality over quantity. You may find that your circle of friends becomes smaller, but this isn't a loss. It's a transition towards something more profound. The few friends that remain are the ones with whom you share a deep, authentic connection. This shift from quantity to quality in friendships is a significant part of your journey. Imagine your friendships as a garden. As you grow spiritually, you become more discerning about what you plant and nurture in this space. You might remove some plants that no longer thrive, making room for others that promise deeper roots and more vibrant blooms. The friends who stay are like those resilient, deeply rooted plants. They are the ones who understand your journey, resonate with your true self, and enrich your life in ways that are immeasurable. This desire for deeper connections reflects a change in what you value in relationships. You no longer seek superficial interactions or casual acquaintances. Instead, you crave conversations that dive beneath the surface, relationships where you can share your innermost thoughts, fears, and hopes without judgment. These connections are rarer, but they are more rewarding and fulfilling. As you walk this path, you'll find that these deeper connections offer a level of understanding and empathy that you hadn't experienced before. These are the friends who will stand by you through thick and thin, who will challenge you to grow, and who will celebrate your victories as if they were their own. They're not just friends, they're soul connections. It's important to remember that the departure of some friends isn't a rejection. It's a realignment of your social universe. It's about making space for relationships that mirror your growth and aspirations. As you evolve, so do your relationships. You attract and retain those who vibrate at your frequency and appreciate the depth and quality you bring into their lives. A spiritual awakening leads you to cherish the depth and quality of your relationships over their quantity. The friends who remain are the ones who truly understand and complement your journey. They're the ones who add richness and depth to your life, making the journey not just bearable but beautiful. 6. You don't try to please them. You reach a profound realization. The need to please others diminishes. This change signifies a shift from seeking external validation to embracing your true self. It's a move away from the social games of seeking approval and fitting in, towards a more authentic way of living. In our desire to be liked and accepted, many of us have played the people pleaser at some point. We've adjusted our opinions, silenced our voices, and even altered our personalities in the hope of fitting in. But as you awaken spiritually, you recognize that this need for external validation is like chasing a mirage. It's exhausting and unfulfilling, leading you away from your true self. Imagine wearing a mask that you've crafted perfectly to fit into various social circles. This mask represents all the compromises you've made to your identity to gain acceptance and avoid conflict. During your awakening, you gradually realize that this mask is not only uncomfortable, but also unnecessary. You begin to understand that real connections are formed not through a curated persona, but through genuine self-expression. As you shed this need for approval, you might find that some friends, accustomed to your people-pleasing self, drift away. This is because your new, authentic self doesn't conform to their expectations or needs. This isn't a reflection of your worth, but rather a sign that these friendships were contingent on you playing a certain role. This shift brings a newfound freedom. You no longer feel the pressure to constantly perform or seek validation from others. Your interactions become more genuine, your relationships more meaningful. You start to attract and forge bonds with people who appreciate and love the real you, not a version of you that's been molded to please. Embracing your authentic self means moving past the need for constant attention and approval. It's about finding contentment and confidence within yourself, rather than relying on others to affirm your worth. This change is liberating. It allows you to live a life that's true to who you are, free from the exhausting endeavor of trying to be everything to everyone. Growing past the need to people please is a significant milestone in your spiritual journey. It's about shedding the mask of conformity and embracing your true self. This shift not only brings inner peace and self-acceptance, but also paves the way for deeper, more authentic relationships. It's a step towards living a life that's in harmony with your true nature and values. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and think about subscribing for more. Your support is really appreciated. For extra benefits and special content, have a look at our Patreon or membership program. Don't miss out on the meditation music playlist. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below. See you in the next video and have a great day.